Okay. Here we go. So first, let's disarm all of these parachutes, because if they're all armed here, that means that as soon as we take off, they're all gonna pop out, and we don't want that. We want to be able to get it high enough into the atmosphere before we actually arm these, so that we can use them on the way down and hopefully save some fuel. I don't know if there is a hotkey to arm and disarm or repack all parachutes. If there is, please let me know, because that would be great. Alright, let's do our science. Atmosphere. There appears to be a larger concentration of heavy isotopes in the atmosphere. Interesting. I don't know what that would mean scientifically. Maybe it was closer to the star and got different isotopes. I'm not sure. Mystery goo. You observe the goo. Fantastic. Materials Bay, Science Junior. The sample computer processes the results. Its massive red eye seems to be at home, where it as it slowly, ominously blinks. Very foreboding. Alright, seismic. Into the seismic activity of Duna, but no actual information. Pressure. The atmosphere is pretty thin, even at the surface. You don't think parachutes or wings would work very well here. That sounds like a challenge. Gravity data. We can record the effects of Ike as it orbits Duna. Temperature. Collected and recorded temperature. Okay. It's interesting. Some of these give like very interesting things specific to the planet, and some of them are like, you recorded the temperature. That's all you get. Alright, so now let's extend the ladder. Let's have our scientist come out here, and he is going to reset our experiments. And, oh, he's gonna just jump. He's so excited. Alright, restore. Materials and mystery goo. Restore. Okay, your job is done. That's all you were brought to Duna to do, but it's very important. No one else can do it. That's what's good about specializing in your job. We'll retract our ladder. Okay, now we can get down to business. So let's deploy everything. We've got our gigantor solar panels, we've got our thermal dissipators, and let's get mining. So this should be creating liquid fuel and oxygen. Looks like we are. These tanks should be filling, albeit very slowly. Let's see, are they filling? They are, great. So Tamley, Lambert, and Sidus will be occupied filling up. Once these tanks are at least halfway full, maybe a little more, we can blast off. We can find a different biome that we haven't gotten science from yet. We can hopefully land there and send a bunch more science back to the lab, get ourselves another level. While they're refueling, let's find the Sauron satellite and let's deploy these satellites. So this rocket here has 3 different satellites on it, and they are from, I can't remember exactly the mod, but all of these should be, let me look at this. They should be getting biome data, altimetry data, and resource data. The point being, let's see, biome. Let's see, this is the scan RX. What I just want to check, so each of these satellites has an altitude above Duna that it's best at. So what we'll want to do is release each of these 3 and then put them at the satellite, or at the altitude that they're best at. So the scan RX is going to be best at 500. Okay, so let's deploy that first. Let's rearrange things a little bit. Deploy that, switch to it, and we'll give it just a little kick to get it out of there. Extend the solar panels so we don't forget. Alright, excellent. We will start this scanning for resources. And then we will, okay, so our periapsis is at 450. So let's see. we actually can bump that up a little bit. Good. 510, that's fine. So now we'll warp on over there, and then we'll change our apoapsis. We'll bring that down to 500. And then this one shall be done. All right, so pointing toward retrograde, watching our apoapsis here. Getting close, 500, that's good. Okay, 499 and 511. And I don't think it matters, but let's point this toward Duna. And it's scanning, so we should be getting this information at some point here. Let's see, this one's for altimetry, right? No, this is resources. Okay. So what that should be doing is telling us where some of the ore is related, where the ore is on Duna. So that way when we land our Biome Hopper, we don't necessarily land somewhere where there's no ore, where we can't refuel ourselves, because if we did that, we'd be stuck dead in the water, and we wouldn't be able to keep using it. Okay, back to Sauron. Let's deploy our second satellite. This one, I believe, should be at 200,000 meters above Duna. This, well, let's deploy it first, and then we'll figure that out. So once again, so this is the next decoupler, and we'll save it just to make sure this doesn't glitch out again. And then let's see if we can wiggle this guy out. Come on. Why aren't you coming out? So this is sort of what happened before. I think this is, let's extend one of these in case this comes out. I don't want it to start losing power. You can see it's sort of starting to shake. Come on. Oh, it's stuck to that whole thing. What if we switch to it? Come on, there we go. All right. All right, so we'll let it go there. We'll switch to this guy, and we'll come on, there we go. Get it out of there. Set the solar panels out so it doesn't run out of battery. Now, let's put this at about 200. So we'll face it this way, make sure we're not going to run into our craft. And see you later. 300, 200. Okay. Perfect. Now we'll warp around to here. And once we get here, we will again point to our retrograde. Oh, there's Ike. That seems very close. Oh, but then again, that's how big Duna seems, so maybe it's not that close. Okay. And drop this down to around 200, 250, 200. Perfect. All right. Face it toward Duna and... Oh, that's the wrong way. I don't know if that matters, but... Okay, so now we'll start these. Multispectral, suboptimal between 700 to... So 300 kilometers is ideal, but I think for this one, 70 kilometers is ideal. So these are for biome. They're different resolutions and different field of views. One of these has a 5.6 degree field of view, one is 1.8, but it's a lot higher quality. So we're going to pick up a lot more sort of low quality data that will at least tell us roughly about the biomes. And then as this thing continues to do circles, we will get more information of a higher quality. Okay. Last satellite. Let's find Sauron. And this last one might be doing altimetry data. I'm not entirely sure. Let's switch these down. Let it come out and let it drift away there. Switch to this craft. give us a little boost away. And then again, solar panels, come on. Out, and let's start this thing up. So this is for, looks like high quality altimetry. 250 is ideal. So let's flip these around. I love how quickly these satellites flip around. Zoom. All right. Around a 250,000 meter, 100,000 meter periapsis. Let's warp to our periapsis and then change our apoapsis. So once again, we point retrograde. Oh, whoa. Why are you doing this? That's not what I wanted. What is happening? It's fighting me. The SAS keeps turning off. What's going on? Okay, don't do that again. Stay. Good. Good. All right. Fire the engines. 250. That's good. Okay. And we'll point this bad boy toward Duna. And we're already scanning. So, excellent. So now we have our 3 different satellites in orbit. Let's go back to Sauron. I think there are a few things left on here that we need to make sure are on. Instruments and such. Let's find out. Okay, yes. Okay, so this is the narrowband scanner. I'm not entirely sure what this does anymore, but let's make it spin. This is the survey scanner. We'll open that up. We'll start our advanced high-resolution imager. This one is going to give us anomalies, so I'm not sure what that does. But all of this information should come into our scan imagery here. So we're going to have all of this information that's going to be, it's essentially just going to help us do all of our work on Duna. We're going to jump around, we're going to find places where there's ore so we can refuel, we're going to find biomes we haven't been to. And that sort of cuts through the ship. That's too bad. Let's extend the boom. We can sort of tilt this toward this. We also have a few RA-15 relay antennas just to give us an extra bit of communication here. We do have these Duna relays in orbit, but this one is going to be in a polar orbit, so it'll just give us something extra. If those other relays happen to degrade a little bit, we should always have a connection at least from this one. So, where is our magnetic boom? Run the report. You've measured the interaction between the solar wind and the magnetic field of this planet as it deflects charged particles. Interesting. So this has a magnetic field, meaning that unlike Mars, it must have some kind of molten core. So we'll transmit that data. We have gotten a lot of data on this trip. That is awesome. Okay, I think our satellites are all in order, so we can head back, I think, to our Biome Hopper. Well, we've got a few things we can do. We can check to see if we're fueled up, and if not, we also have our pod that we're going to land. So let's check out the hopper. We'll see what the fuel situation is. Oh, that's not that much. Well, let's give this. You know what? I think we could take this and land this somewhere else, but I almost want to wait until we get more information about the biomes. Otherwise, we don't really know where we're going with this. So let's leave this going and let's try to So we'll hop out here. We can see that we have our Duna pod. Let's see if we can land this. This is where the Kerbals are going to live. I didn't really want to make them live in their ship, even though as Kerbals they probably don't mind spending 100 years in their ship. So we have this little hitchhiker storage module, some little legs on it, some communitrons, that they can at least, you know, stretch their legs a little more. So the plan is to land this somewhere where the hopper can then bounce to it. So I say, let's go one more round here so that we can make sure we're landing on the day side. And let's see, so there's our hopper. If we can land sort of close to that, that would be fantastic. But I'm not sure if we need to get that close because we can always move our hopper. And in fact, that can be sort of the first thing they do is, you know, go to their pod, check out where their new home's gonna be, make sure everything's in order before they really get to the sciencey stuff. And that'll also give us time for all of our satellites to keep picking up biome and resource data. So we'll burn retrograde. We will bring our periapsis down to some point on the far side. Well, no, this would be the light side, but maybe also the far side. So let's get this close. As the planet rotates, this will move, so we don't need to worry about getting it super close, but let's try, sure, about there. All right. So we will zoom in as we come across. And actually, what I want to do is, I know I put our target near this hopper. What I actually want to do, though, is start burning these engines, and that's going to change where we land, but I want to get as much sort of delta V out of this engine here. Since we're going to drop this whole part anyway, we're going to let that explode. I would rather try to use these engines and remove a lot of our speed so that we don't have to use our monopropellant engines when this half decouples from this half. So let's let that try to slow us down. This nuclear engine has a great ISP. It's very efficient, especially in a place like Duna where there's very little atmosphere, but it's just not that powerful. So it's slowing us. It's not going to be fast enough. And what we actually could do is sort of tilt ourselves down a little bit past our retrograde. So what this is going to do is it's going to slow our descent downwards, and it's not going to slow our lateral speed quite as much, which means our target won't continue to go off to the right here quite as much. We'll actually get a little bit closer to our pod. It's sort of hovering us. It'll slow our lateral speed if we tilt back this way. I guess I'm sort of pointing retrograde anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, we are at 17,000 meters. We'll see, coming down, 400, that's pretty good. Almost at 10,000, and we might be able to get under 300 meters per second by the time we let this thing go. I think we might. I just don't want to leave it till too late because I want time to maneuver everything else. So we'll again sort of point it straight down, and I think that's good. So let's drop this piece, and we'll fire these. We'll extend our legs. We'll give this a little bit to sort of slow us down, because if we're going too fast, these parachutes will rip off. And actually, I don't know if these are gonna... There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do these manually. Oh boy. I didn't want to be doing this as we were coming down, but here we are, getting all our parachutes out. And there, everything explodes. Hopefully it disintegrated, but it looks like there's a lot of debris still. Alright. So here we come, slowly down. We're about 800 meters above the surface. And it looks like we've got a nice flat area to land this thing. Excellent. Oh, look at that. 5 kilometers away, 4 kilometers. Really flying away. Where's our shadow? There it is. All right. So as we come down, this has slowed us down to 12. We'll give these a little bit more. Come on, slow. There it is. And, oh, perfect. Hold. There we go. Okay, now the last thing to do is to decouple this part, because we don't want this anymore. This isn't part of it. This was just here to get us there. So we're gonna pop this off, and then we're gonna sort of angle this a little bit away and just have it go straight up. And we'll burn out all of this fuel, and we'll just let it explode. 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers up. We want to get it high enough that, there we go. I suppose we could say, let's stay with this. Let's see if it actually explodes. So we get up quite high. This is how easy it is to get up into the atmosphere of Duna, because there's so little atmosphere. Even this oddly shaped thing that's very unaerodynamic can get up to almost 40,000 meters. Wow, oh, it's still going. That's incredible. It would actually exit the atmosphere in 30 seconds. So we could have, I mean, we couldn't have gotten into orbit, but we got out of the atmosphere there with just those monopropellant engines. So I think this is going to explode when it comes down because we're so high up. But I think we might not take the time to watch this. So let's go back to our pod. I can't switch it while we're in the atmosphere. All right, I guess we're watching it. 45,000, and I do have it sped up ×4, so we should go relatively quickly. You can see Duna has just a few clouds. It's almost peaceful. No wind noise. Nobody's on board. Let's see, I wonder which way this thing should face. I want to explode all of the parts. Here we come, 3,000. 2,000. 1,000. Prepare. And there we go. Look at that. Everything exploded. Just what we wanted. Yes, that's fine. We didn't need that. Go to the ship. Okay, it's going to make me do it this way. Alright, that worked perfectly. I think in the testing of that thing, I didn't make it go high enough. And so it ended up hitting the ground, and then all of the pieces shot off, but they didn't actually explode, and it was littered with debris. Alright, so let's go now to the pod. We could probably rename this. Maybe Duna HQ. That might be a better name. This is at least where they're going to sleep. They'll probably have a bunch of other buildings around here as we continue to land things on Duna. Let's see, Duna. There we go, and let's call this a base. Perfect. All right, so now we extend our panels, getting our sunlight. And let's pop these up like this, extend those out. Now they've got their communications, they've got their sun, and there we go. Just like that. It doesn't look that cozy, but I'm sure the Kerbals will love it. So now let's head back to our hopper, and we'll see if we can get this close enough to the pod, to the HQ, so that our Kerbals can finally come home. So, first thing we have to figure out, which direction. We can set this as a target. So now, is it this? It is, okay. And I'm not sure which direction that is. So let's see. We probably need to wait around a little bit for some fuel. So let's let a few cycles go by. Beautiful night. I love how these change. And it looks like these stopped. Cooling, sun exposure. Why have you stopped? Might have been too high of a temperature. Alright, we'll start these, start this going again. Move through daytime again. Flippity, floppity. Into the sunlight. And start those up again. Start this again. See where we're at. We're doing well. Probably 2 more quick days. Start this. These are okay, so these are over. This one's over halfway. This is about halfway. And that one's about halfway. So I say 1 more quick day of this. And we should have plenty of fuel to get them home. Whoop. Okay, well, now we're gonna have even more, because I'm going too fast. Okay, so these are stopped. This, stop this. Let's retract everything. And the engines are already active. I probably should have shut those down so that we didn't accidentally use them. Okay, so we're going this way. That is northeast. So I'm not entirely sure which direction that is. So, we need to move this decoupler. Otherwise, the head of this ship would completely fall off if we fired our parachutes. Okay, so we have our engines, we have our parachutes ready to bring us down safely, and finally we have our safety decoupler and our separatrons. In case the worst happens, we should be able to get these guys to safety. So let's give it some gas. Oh shoot. That's not what I wanted. Well, let's see if I can save this now. That's not good. Come on, little by little. Come on. Less, less, less. Oh, it's not gonna make it. Fire them. Fire them. Well, this is a bit of a pickle. Okay. Shoot. That's not good either. Come on, fire. No. Come on, get up. Oh, this is a mess. I don't know how to unable. Which parachutes fired? All of these were disarmed. This is. Uh-oh. Upwards, upwards. We want to go up. And that's. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Come on. Go up. Go up. Oh, these parachutes are totally screwing me. There, that actually helped. That helped. Okay, let's get high enough and let's hope these parachutes can bring us. Come on. Fire the parachutes. Everything. Everything. Slow us down. no. Oh no. Come on. Oh. Oh, it's still going. Oh. The humanity. Oh man. That was unbelievably catastrophic. I think I'm gonna reload because I feel really bad that all of those Kerbals died. That was really... I did something wrong there, and I have no idea what. Oh no. That was awful. Okay. Wow. I thought many times I thought I was going to be able to save that, and so close. I think that the next iteration of this vehicle is going to be much different because it's just too difficult to land. Okay, so what went off? All of these should be... Oh, none of these are disarmed. I see. All of these were not disarmed yet. Well, that's very bad. So I guess I tried doing it in the menu over here. I guess I have to do it manually. That's unfortunate. Well, let's make sure these are all disarmed. We're gonna just pretend that didn't happen. All the Kerbals are fine. It was Tamley's nightmare. She woke up, she said, "Don't forget, disarm all the parachutes, otherwise bad things could happen." Disarm. Disarm. I guess actually it'd be Sidus's job as the only engineer on board. Deploy, 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 disarm, deploy. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, almost. Looking good. Okay. Now I think we're ready. Although I'm not very confident about landing this thing now. Okay, that worked better. So we're gonna turn ourselves. Let's see, we're going this way. All right. Gonna sort of go. Let's see, where are we going? So we want to go a little bit north. That's gonna be this way. And all right. We're sort of going in the general direction we want to, I think. It's going to be tricky because I don't know how close we're going to be able to get to this. We might have to hop around. But let's see if we can sort of get there. Come on. Alright, we gotta yank this way. Come on. Going the wrong way. We're not getting enough air time. Okay, now back. Too far. Come on. There we go. There we go. Right. That is probably about as close as we're gonna get. So we'll fly through the air toward the base. Let's see, how far is this? 48 kilometers. That would have been a hike. Wouldn't have been impossible, I guess, if they had some kind of rover, but not something you want to do. Okay, so let's see if we can angle this. Let's slow this down first. Okay, so that's going that way. Let's go this way. There we go. I don't know how accurate this trajectory predictor is. Sure. Let's give it a little leeway. The air will probably slow us down, so now we are on the descent. So let's face our retrograde now. All of our parachutes are... Oh, we need to... Again, I don't know why all of these are like that. This probably should have been done beforehand. I don't know if these will deploy. They might, but I am a little worried that the minimum pressure on Duna is not quite enough for them to deploy. So I want to set them in pressure down essentially so that as soon as we arm these parachutes, all of them are going to come out. We don't really need to do it in stages. We just want all of the parachutes coming out all at the same time. Okay, that looks good, I think. So let's see, how are we headed? We're headed pretty well. We might want to give it a little kick this way, just to get us nice and close here. Almost, we don't want to land right on top of it, but if we did, that would be quite a bit of luck. Okay, so let's try to come down here. So it looks like we'll just push this a little this way. So if we push away from our retrograde, okay, so let's slow ourselves down now. Okay, so now we're coming right close. Slow it down again, plenty of fuel. All right, we're within a kilometer. I think that's pretty good. We can sort of steer ourselves this way a little bit. Sort of a little bit toward that way, continue to reduce. I mean, they'll have to walk a little bit, or maybe, maybe we can hop over again. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much I want to mess with this, because I don't want to destroy them all again. $300 meters, that's not terrible. We could maybe work with that. And we're coming down now, so we don't have all of our parachutes working either. So we need to slow down quickly now, quickly. Come on. Oh, beautiful. And look at that, they can see the pod. I should have put wheels on that thing. That would have been great. That would have been excellent. So some of these didn't deploy. That's what I'm talking about. Why didn't they deploy? I don't know. Well, this is pretty good. Let's redo these parachutes. We'll have Sidus jump out here. We'll pop this down for him, and we will just quickly repack everything. Again, I wish there was a button for this, or like a hotkey I could set. But Sidus gets his workout. This is why they brought him. He is the only Kerbal of the 3 that can pack parachutes. And that is a very important job on this craft. Without these parachutes, I very much doubt that I could land this. I just think it would be way too difficult to maneuver. I think when I make the next iteration of this, it'll be much wider, much less tall. It'll have landing legs out much farther, probably have 4 engines to distribute the thrust a lot more. And it probably shouldn't be as heavy either. So, Sidus, you're done. Back in we go. Okay, so let's check all the min pressure of these. Good, good. We'll check this down to 0.01. And these should stay that way even after we use up. We've left one. We'll have to pop him back out for that quick. Good, good. Up, 0.01. 0.01. Good, good. Oh, I wish we could just repack that. Good, good. 0.01. This is the boring part. Should have done this before, but at least they didn't all explode like last time. Although that looked pretty cool. But between looking cool and not dying, the Kerbals will pick not dying most of the time. Alright, back out, Sidus. Hop down, repack, back in you go, back in, perfect, and that looks good. Alright. So where is base? Alright, I guess I didn't need to send him back in. Let's have you hop out. And you're gonna just tumble down. You don't need to use the ladder. No one needs ladders. Oh, alright. Well, come on. Use your thrusters, buddy. Is he using them? Sort of. There we go. There he goes. Sidus. Oh, slow. Too much. And boink. Oh, he's not happy. But he's fine. He just needs to hobble back. Oh, whoa, okay. That's a little scary. So when I time warped there, that thing decided to move. That is not good. Okay. And Sidus is paving the way. He is live streaming his fails. Here, you're home. There's our beautiful ladder. Okay. Dum 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 dum. Look at that. And here he is. He's in his little seat. He's got lots of place to throw all his trash, his space junk. Pretty good. Alright, how do I get out of here? Perfect. So back to the hopper. And the other two. Quickly. Tamley, your turn next. So put on your thrusters. Oh, okay. Maybe you need to come down first. Jump. There we go. Thrusters. And here we go. We're gonna do a little bit of the same thing. Come on. We need hair. Oh no. Oh, she's gonna spin her way there. We could play Kerbal bowling. Up you go. A little farther. They really don't get much height. Alright, and one more tumble to lead us. Oh, close. Alright. Tamley, you're next. Look at that. She loves it. There's the hopper in the background. Beautiful. Oh, she almost grabbed that. That was a little more acrobatic than Sidus was. And she's in. Look at that. She's got the low seat, apparently. Alright, last one. Last Kerbal. Lanbrit, the scientist. Actually, let's see if we have any science here. No. We've already been to the lowlands. Okay. Let's see. Nothing. Well, we'll keep it. Why not? But we're probably not gonna have. No, just keep it. Barometer. Nothing new. Seismic. Nothing new. Gravioli. Nothing new. And temperature. Nothing new. Too bad. Alright. Let's set out the solar panels. We'll get this thing starting to mine. The ladders will come down even though no one is ever going to use them. And we are refueling. So, Lanbrit, the last one. Pop down. Boink. Alright, Lanbrit, you are going for Oh, you're going the wrong way. Okay, sure. Oh, he's not flying straight. Okay, come on. Alright, we're going for the first shot. Oh, we're losing altitude. Come on, almost. Oh, he's gonna boink, but he might get the closest of them all. It's like bocce ball with Kerbals. I think Lambert wins. Look at that. Only took him one quick tumble and he's there. He is gonna have to teach Sidus and Tamley how to do it. And he's in. Sidus, Tamley, and Lambert. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Back inside. Look at that. They are ready to sit in their chairs because apparently that's how they're gonna sleep. I don't think Kerbals really sleep. There's the space door. So there we go. We have their lovely pod. They can communicate now. They can wave hello. They've got power. They've got their probe. I really wish I'd put wheels on this, but oh well. And the Duna Hopper is mining. So, I think that's where we will leave it for today. Thank you if you tuned in. I hope you have a great night, and I will see you later.